Good day and welcome to EDMS, where we strive to make EGD as simple as possible. In today's lesson, we will look at geometrical construction in the Grade 10 HSE Workbook, page 4-25. So let's start by reading the task or the question. The task is as follows. Given information and reference points and lines. These are the given lines and reference points. We are going to use them when it comes to the instructions. Answer the question by doing the activity step by step. We will follow these instructions in the order from the top to the bottom. Please note, all writing and line work must be in pencil and we must show all construction. So let's start with our first instruction. Construct a pentagon at AB as the baseline. This is the baseline AB. We need to construct a pentagon. So you're going to take your compass. You're going to put your sharp point at B. You're going to take the lead to A. Draw a light circle. Put your sharp point at A. Lead to B. Light circle. Where the two circles meet down here, you're going to put your sharp point there. I haven't changed the dimension on my compass. Lead to A or to B. Draw in a half circle. Where those two circles meet at the top and at the bottom, we are going to draw a perpendicular line, a vertical line through those 2 points. Lighting construction. There we go. Then where the half circle is touching the full circle on the right, and where the half circle is touching the full circle on the left, those are your 2 points. We need to draw a line through that point from this point. So from there, through that point, where that perpendicular line or vertical line is connecting with the half circle, a light construction line all the way until you get to the full circle. We're going to do the same for the one here on the left. From that point, through that point, till you get to the full circle. There are your 2 sides for the pentagon. 1, 2. Now we still need to get the top. And in order to get the top, my compass is still on this dimension. I'm going to put the sharp point at that end of the line. Make a mark on that vertical line. Come to the side. Make a mark on that vertical line. Those 2 points we can connect from there to there and there to there. There's our pentagon done. Our second instruction. Construct a circumscribed circle for the triangle CDE. CDE, circumscribed circle, is a circle which is on the outside of a triangle. And in order to do that, we need to divide 2 lines. So you can divide either CD or CE or ED, but you need to divide 2 lines perpendicular. So you're going to use your compass. You're going to set your compass to more than half of the line's length. So that's more than half. You make an arc. You come to this side. Put your sharp point now at C. I haven't changed the dimension on my compass. You make that arc again. Through those 2 points, where the 2 arcs cross, we are going to draw a light construction line. Now, we're going to do one more side. More than half, you can use the same dimension. That should be fine. Arc, this side. Arc, with the 2 arcs cross or meet, that is your point. Through those 2 points, a light line And where those two lines connect, that is your middle point. Take your compass, put your sharp point on that middle point. Take the lead to one of the corners of the triangle. Either C, E, or D. And if you've done this accurately, that circle will connect with all three corners. It's a nice and solid circle, circumscribed. There we go. Next instruction. Construct a tangent arc of a radius 100 that excludes circle F. Circle F should be here. We don't have a circle here yet, but we'll put one here. So that this needs to exclude circle F. Exclude means plus. And then include circle G. Include is going to be minus. So exclude means plus, include means minus. So in order to get a circle here at this pentagon, we need to get the middle point of the pentagon first. Now, you can see here that this corner has been bisected in the middle. And if you follow this line, it goes to the middle point of line AB. So in the middle of AB, there's a line that goes in the opposite corner. We can do the same here. If you get the length of line AB, what is this length? 35. Half of 35 is going to be 17.5. So 17.5 is about here. So it's 15, 16, 17.5. You make a dot. (15, 16, 17.5). Okay, just double checking. From that point, that middle point of that line, you're going to draw a light line to the opposite corner. Light in construction. You can do it with this line, or that line, or that line. If you divide this line in the middle, you will take the line to this corner. If you divide this line in half, you will take that point to that corner. And if you divide this line in half, you will take that point to that corner. But we did this line, so we took that half to the opposite corner. Where those two lines meet or cross or connect, that is your M. Put your sharp point on the M. Take your lead to one of the corners of the pentagon. And before you draw the circle in, you want to check, always double check, if that circle does get to all the corners. Mine does. So there, I'm going to put in that circle. Nice and solid. There's the circle done. Now the instruction asks of you to have a tangent arc of 100 that excludes circles F. So R100 plus the radius of this circle. What is the radius of this circle? We need to check. Okay, so from there to there, you're going to use your compass. You measure. You bring this back. It looks like 30. Yes, it's 30. So I check here with my compass. You can see that it is 30. Plus radius 30. So this is going to calculate to 130. Include is minus. So this radius we need to calculate. So it's going to be 100 minus this radius of the circle, which is 60. There you can see it's 60. So 100 minus radius 60 is going to be radius 40. So you're going to take your compass, you're going to set it on this 130 for circle F. 130. You're going to put your sharp point at M here at the pentagon. We are going to draw a light arc down here because we want this tangent arc to connect in this format or direction, excluding this circle, including this circle. So we want to put our sharp point here. So this is why I project this arc downwards. Then we're going to set it on the 40 for circle G. That is what we calculated. 40. Sharp point at M in the middle, and there where they connect, that is your point where you'll put your sharp point for the tangent arc of a radius 100. So now I'm going to set my compass to the 100. You put your point there, and then this arc should go from that circle all the way to this circle as a tangent arc. Always double check before you draw this arc in. Once you are ready, you can put it in. Nice and solid. There we go. Next instruction. Use the 4 center method and draw an ellipse with H as the center. There's H. The x-axis, which is this axis, is 50 millimeters. And the y-axis is 36. So we're going to form our border first. So half of 50 is 25. So we're going to go 25 to the left and 25 to the right. So I'm going to make a mark 25 and 25. On those marks, we're going to draw a light vertical line. There and there. Half of 36 is 18. So we need to go 18 up and 18 down. (18) and 18. On those points, we are going to draw horizontal construction lines. 1, 2. Now we can start with our ellipse construction process. I'm going to divide this top left block diagonal from there to there. Then we're going to use our compass. I'm going to put the sharp point at H. We're going to take the lead to the border. We're going to draw a light arc all the way until we get to the vertical center line. From the border to that mark over there, whatever is outside of the border, this dimension we need to bring back to our diagonal line. So that dimension we're going to bring back to this line. There's the point. Now we are left with this line, which is, I'm going to reference it H1, and H2. That line we need to bisect perpendicular in the middle. So we're going to take our lead to more than half. I'm going to draw an arc from H2. I'm going to use the same dimension. I'm going to draw an arc from H1. Through those two arcs, where they connect, we're going to draw a construction line all the way until we get to the vertical line. There's your point. That point we're going to use to construct our arc. But before we do that, we need to mirror this point and we need to mirror that point. where this line is connecting with the horizontal and the vertical center line. Those points are our golden points, and we need to take them to the opposite side. So that point there, we're going to project here to the right. I'm going to make a mark. There's that point, and this point we're going to connect to the top. There's that point. Now we want to create a V, and a V that is upside down. So from that point through that point, we construct a construction line. From that point through that point, and from that point through that point, we draw lines. Lighting construction. This is the V that is upside down. And then we want to go and close them. So there's your V, and there's the V that is upside down. You should know this by now. We want to go close that. We want to go form pizza slices. So you're going to put your sharp point there. You're going to take the lead to the border. And then we're going to close the V from there to there. We stay within those two lines. Nice and solid. Then you're going to put your sharp point on that point. You're going to take your lead to the border. And then we're going to close the V that is upside down, only within the two lines. From there to there. To close it on the sides, you're going to put your sharp point on that golden point. You're going to take your lead to the border. And then, if you've done this accurately, that should line up to that arc, and it should line up to that arc. If it does not, you can manipulate your point a little bit by moving it 1 millimeter upwards or downwards, or to the left or to the right, to get the desired arc. Once you are happy, you can close it. Nice and solid. And you're going to do the same on this side. Sharp point there. Take your lead to the border. Before you draw it in, you double check always. Check, check. And if you're happy, you can put it in. There's our ellipse done. Now, use a line division and divide line IE into 3 equal parts. There's line IE. We are going to divide this line into 3 equal parts. So I'm going to draw a line at any degree from I, and I'm going to draw a line with a length of 30 millimeters. For each 10 millimeters, I'm going to make a mark. 1, 2, 3. So this line is divided into 3 equal parts now. For each 10 millimeters, I've got one division. You're going to take point 3 to point E. Light in construction. And now what you want to do is you want to go draw parallel lines to line 3E at 2 and at 1. And you're going to do this by using your 2 triangles. You're going to set your one triangle so that one of the sides of the triangle is parallel to that line. And then you're going to use a second triangle and you're going to put it at the base of your first triangle. This allows you to slide the triangle on the second triangle, which forms parallel lines to this line. So make sure your setup is very important, that that line is exactly in line with your triangle over there. Slide it to number 2. Draw a line, slide it to number 1, draw a line. And that is the division done. Second last instruction. Construct a perpendicular line from point J and extend the line to KL. So it's tempting to just draw a vertical line upwards here with your triangle, but we need to show evidence. And you're going to do it in the following method. Take your compass, sharp point at J. Set your compass to any dimension here. Make a mark on the left and make a mark on the right. I'm going to refer to that point as J1 and J2. Put your sharp point at J2. Take your lead to more than half of the length of J1 to J2. I'm going to put it about here in the middle between J1 and J. There. I'm going to draw a light construction arc. I'm going to put my sharp point at J1 now. I haven't changed the dimension on my compass. I'm going to draw that arc again. Through those 2 points, we're going to construct a light line all the way up until we get to the line KL. Then from J, we can do a solid dark line to line KL. Our last instruction, construct a hexagon with baseline KL. You're going to use your compass, sharp point at L, lead at K, arc, sharp point at K, make sure your lead gets to L, arc again. Where the 2 arcs meet, that is your middle point. You put your sharp point there. Construct a circle. Then you're going to put your sharp point at K. Tick off on the left. Put your sharp point at L. Tick off on the right. Put your sharp point now on those 2 new points. Tick and tick. All that you can do now is just connect the dots. You can do it by just using your ruler, or if you want to check yourself, you can see if you've done this accurately, those sides should lie at 60 degrees. So from there to that point, that should be a 60-degree line. From there to that point, that should also be a 60-degree line. Flip your triangle over. From that point to that point, also 60 degrees. And from this point to that point, also 60 degrees. Then we can just close it at the top. And that is all our instructions. Please note, all writing and line work must be in pencil. It is, and show all construction we did. Never erase your construction, and always make sure that your final product is nice and dark. One thing that I want to add to this is an old bicycle, and obviously this is the road or the natural ground level. So I'm just going to extend that line all the way through to that side to make it look as if it is on the road. That is that for page 4-25. Thank you so much for watching this lesson. Please make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you never miss the next lesson. Also give this video a like, as it gives me an indication if you have benefited of this content. Take care, and I'll see you in the next lesson.